sports fans? This is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live this morning on this fine Saturday, ready to watch some sports action all day today. We got all kinds of sports that's taking place here in the States. Man, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be an action-packed day full of college football. We also going to have some WNBA stuff jumping off. We also got NBA preseason stuff jumping off. We got the WNBA, we got the NBA, we got NASCAR driving, whatever you can think of. We got the baseball playoffs jumping off as well. Everything is happening in the States as far as sports is concerned. And if I missed your sport, sorry, but listen, this is action-packed Saturday. All sorts of freestyling going to take place today. I got to go back in there and fix some of the things that we got in there because I don't got some stuff spelled right. So I got to go in there and fix that. But this morning we got my man Postgame of the Postgame 86 podcast with us here this morning. How you feeling this morning, Postgame?
Hey, how you doing, Rob? I feel great, man, and just excited to get on here and talk sports with you. How you doing this morning, Rob?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. Our man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10 is on the road right now, traveling to South Bend, Indiana, because he's ready to see those Notre Dame Fighting Irish play against the NC State Wolfpack. So that's going to be action-packed. Hopefully him and Postgame can link up because my man Postgame is already in South Bend, Indiana, because that's where he resides from. I'm ready to talk some sports this morning. We're probably going to get a couple of more guys in here. But before we do, Postgame, how are you feeling about today's game with your Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the NC State Wolfpack?
Mossberg will be a Notre Dame fan after today, Rob. After he gets on campus and feels that magical atmosphere, he sees that golden dome, he sees touchdown Jesus, he sees those helmets, he sees us run out on the field. Mossberg will no longer be a Florida State fan. He'll be a Notre Dame fan. You heard it here first. But no, I feel great, man. As long as Notre Dame comes in with that mindset of standing on business, they'll get a big victory today. I really feel good about the offense and the improvements we've made on defense over the last few weeks.
Cool. We also got our man Parlay Poe of the Blitzburg podcast, who also comes to us live on Wednesdays with him and FanDuel Zaya when they do the Parlay Poe with the bread. FanDuel Zaya covers the spread. How you feeling this morning, Parlay Poe? Always on the go.
Man, I'm good, man. I can't complain. Anybody gonna listen to me? How y'all doing this morning?
We good, bro. We good. Before we get into some of our freestyling, because we're going to be talking about all different kind of sports topics, what's your thoughts on your Michigan Wolverines playing against USC today? What are you looking forward to out of your young quarterback Underwood?
Hey, he can't play like a freshman today. He got to have his composure. Uh, we got to run the ball. We got to do what we do. Run the ball. They got a good offense, man, especially on the receivers. We got to calm them down. We got to get the pass rush going. Our big uglies in the middle have to get pushed up the middle. We haven't been getting pushed up the middle. And we got this guy named Pierce in there. He going to be playing a lot now. The true freshmen, Marsh and Browder, they going to be playing a lot today as the receivers. So we got the most drops in FBS. You know what I mean? We got the most drop balls. That's why everybody's saying he's not playing well. Underwood. Our receivers had the most drops in college football. So we got these new two freshmen in there. They're going to play a lot, and they've been catching the ball last week. So we're going to have to play Michigan football. That's what we're going to have to do. Come out with the victory.
let me ask Poe a question real quick. Do you think y'all running back names should be brought up in the Heisman conversation more?
Yes, I'm talking about definitely top 5 right now. He had 100 yards in every game. You know what I mean? In every game, first Michigan player ever to do that, and he had transferred. You know what I mean? Like, and he could take it to the house. He should be brought up way more.
Yeah, I agree. I think he should be brought up a lot more than what he is now. I mean, he has 100 yards in every game, and the thing is, he has impacted every game. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like he, getting some garbage yards. This guy is really having a major impact on every single one of Michigan's games. So he should definitely be mentioned. Just like Genty was being mentioned last year, he should be the running back that's being mentioned this year.
yes.
Oh man, Mossberg is saying good morning to the homies. He's on the road. He should be in South Bend, Indiana by 11 a.m.
Oh, wait.
All right, Mossberg. All right. Any more questions?
Hey, Post, you ain't going to the game?
Man, I talked to Moss last night. Unfortunately, they making me work this morning, so
Oh, okay. Okay. There it is. Say no more. Get that bread.
Eat that bread.
but hopefully me and Moss can link up after the game. If we able to link up, man, we gonna shoot a live reacting to the NC State Notre Dame game.
Okay. Y'all got the noon game, right?
Yep, 3 o'clock.
Oh, 3 o'clock. Okay.
Whatever you do post game, if you do meet up with him, whatever he got on the outside, make him lift it up because I'm quite sure he's gonna have a Notre Dame shirt up under whatever he got over top of.
Yeah, for sure. He can't even step in my house with that on, man.
Yeah, I know.
No Florida State gear.
Let me ask y'all this question real quick, man. What do y'all think about the Big Ten going to have a vote on this privatizing some of their TV deals or whatnot, where they're gonna have a private firm handling that for the Big Ten? Of course, it's not going to benefit the Michigans and Ohio States of the world, but all the other teams might benefit from that because they don't get as much TV love. What's your thoughts on that? Should they even vote on it? Or should it just be something they push to the side and say, "Nah, we're not doing that"?
Go ahead, Post. Well, he ain't on there.
Man,
Well,
I don't. Go ahead, Poe.
nah. Go ahead.
No, man. To be honest, I really haven't looked into the situation closely, to really speak on it. So I'm gonna give this one to y'all.
I think probably Poe froze up. So for me, man, I really feel like the Big Ten doesn't need anybody from the outside coming in doing anything, man. The Big Ten speaks for itself. It's the product it puts out on the field speaks for itself. They're going to be able to get whatever TV deal they need to get because they're one of the best conferences in college football, in college sports. I don't think they need a separate entity to come in and do anything for them. And then you got to give this private group part of the pie too. I don't think they really need that. Now, of course, this private, whoever's going to bring some dollars to the table as well, but is it going to be beneficial for your top schools? And I think the top schools in the Big Ten really don't necessarily want that because they don't need to share any more of the pot.
Yeah, I think. This is brand new. You know what I mean? So they don't really know what they doing. We already know Michigan, Ohio State. They don't need that. Even Oregon got their game plan down. But far as the little schools, Big Ten, this is brand new. So they trying to bring a outside entity in to try to negotiate this stuff because it's brand new for the Big Ten with the little schools like the Rutgers and all them, Maryland, whatever. So they doing that for them. You know what I mean? That's what they doing it for.
Yeah, Mossberg is saying they don't need it. But man, who knows? Could be a game changer in their eyes. The flip side of that is this, though. We already know that corporations and firms and organizations want to get a piece of this football pie, man. And
Yeah,
so
they do.
if they want to get a piece of this pie and the deal can be lucrative for all sides and it can take a little bit of pressure off of the schools in terms of having to always be at the table negotiating stuff, and this firm is going to negotiate in the best interest of the conference all the way down to the end and not concede anything that's going to damage or hurt the conference, then I know eventually we're going to have to go to that in every conference because corporations, organizations, and firms, they want a piece of this pie, man. There's too much money out there for them not to want a piece of it. And I don't, at some point, once the Big Ten irons out the kinks for everybody else, because they're taking the lead on this right now, I think once they iron out the kinks, other conferences will probably jump on board. So kudos to the Big Ten for even taking on the challenge right now for the other conferences taking the lead on it. So I think something good can come out of it. We just don't know right now because, like Parlay Post said, it's new. It's new. And with anything new, you know some kinks going to be have to be ironed out. Any other questions y'all want to entertain since we're doing Sports Freestyle Saturday?
What about all the what y'all think about all the injuries in the NFL?
Man, I really believe that, man. Teams and players are getting so much bigger, faster, more athletic that the NFL may need to go back to regular grass. I think that, I mean, I know it's a lot more maintenance to it. It costs a lot more money to take care of. But with all of these injuries on those fast turfs, man, and those whatever they call the stuff nowadays, I know it's not the AstroTurf like it used to be back in the days, that carpet. They need to go ahead and fix that stuff, man, and go back to natural grass. I think as anybody who plays football, whether you're college, high school, little league, pro, it should be across the board. Everybody got to play on a natural surface, which is grass, and that be it, man. Bringing in all this other stuff, man, because it's more cost effective, it's just not a good idea, man. Because we're getting way too many injuries because of the surface, in my opinion. I think it's the surface. So I think they need to go back to natural grass. Well, we already know. We all played football before. And even though sometimes you do get hurt on grass, you know that soil, it gives. That grass, it gives. And you don't mess around and tear an ACL or MCL or have as many growing pulls and stuff like that.
Yeah, hamstrings and all that. Yeah, because
Right.
yeah, you're right about that.
You know, because back in the days, linemen and stuff like that, man, they were 275, 280. Now you're talking about guys, offensive line, defensive line, 3+. And those guys are more athletic, they're harder, they come with more power and force just because they're so big, man. athletic. I think that's part of the issue, man. Got to be the surface, bro. Got to be because that's the only thing that really has changed is the surface.
Right.
Yeah, Mossberg is saying injuries in the NFL was something. Regular grass would be a winner. Money isn't an issue when you're paying players $40 million a year. I mean, the reality is the taxpayers are paying for the stadiums, so it ain't like
Yeah.
the NFL owners are paying for that stuff. The taxpayers are paying for that. So if it's going to be the upkeep is going to probably come from the taxpayers as well. And even if it doesn't, they should be able to afford to take care of that field, man. Because they're only playing, they got what, 17 games. They might only be playing 8 or 9 home games a year. They should be able to take care of that. And it's usually not back to back to back when you have 3 straight home games. So the field shouldn't be that bad. You got a whole week to get that thing together because you don't practice on your playing field. So I think they need to get that thing together, man, because these injuries are really hurting athletes and it's hurting the game.
Yes, it is. And they got field guys. They got dudes that went to school for that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like them dudes, they work for the NFL. They work for their teams. So they got field guys that do that. So that shouldn't be a problem. They can get the best grass.
Yeah, they can get the best grass. I know that Alabama went back to natural grass years ago. I know Texas is going, I think, to natural grass next year. I think it's just a must, man. Schools should just go to that natural grass surface, man. It just doesn't make any sense to have that whatever that stuff is called, man. They get tackled and all this black stuff all over. I don't know what that stuff is, man, but
Yeah.
that stuff in somebody's eye or something. Which thank God it hasn't
Right.
happened, but that stuff be all over the place, man.
They do. They do. And then they use the little rubber things down there on the field. I mean, on the grass too. Whatever the surface is, they got the little rubber things on there too.
Yeah, Donnell was saying these. I think he's saying these pro teams having or these pro teams having athletes who used to be 5'10", now they are 6'6" and massive. He said he might be saying these protein supplements that some of these players are taking, and we know that if a player wants to be able to get his gut up, get his size up, they're going to be taking all these proteins. Maybe your body really is equipped to do that in its natural form, man. So that could definitely have a benefit on some of these injuries as well, Don B. That's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
Those of you in the chat, we are freestyling. We want any questions that you got out there, put them in the chat. We're trying to entertain everything that we got out there. Welcome back to the show post game. I know you got to go in and out because you at work, but we appreciate you joining us. What's your thoughts on so many injuries? What is the cause of all these injuries that's taking place in the pro game and even in the college game? What do you think it's attributed to?
The fact that we humans, the human body is vulnerable, and we play a physical, violent sport. So I mean, injuries is just gonna happen. There's no way around it. I wish I could come up with a way to prevent injuries in sports, but it's just no way around it. It's going to happen. Next man up.
I agree with that. I mean, human body ain't really built for doing what we do, but man, the entertainment is so daggone enjoyable, man. I don't want football to ever go anywhere. I know that.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts going into the NBA season? We know preseason has started. What are your teams looking like? Are they still missing some pieces because of injuries from the end of last season? Do you think the NBA should take a little bit more time off, or do you think they take too much time off between seasons?
Well, I guess the second people like it for the second best sport. We already know football is king, but I think they do it right. But it overlaps. See, it's coming to the season now. While football is still this the prime of football. We're in the middle of football, so I think they should take a little bit more time for it.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, folks?
Agree. I agree. I think football or basketball needs to take a little bit more time off. They play an 82 game slate plus a preseason. Plus, if you're a good team and you make the playoffs, that's even longer. So I would like the NBA to start around Thanksgiving. I think it'd be good for the athletes, especially your boy LeBron James, who's 80 years old and still trying to keep up with the young bucks, Rob.
I appreciate you dropping something down on my man, the GOAT. I appreciate that, post. I would really like to see basketball, their season get pushed into maybe the end of November, beginning of December, and then go a little bit longer in the summertime until baseball really get interesting. I would like to see that. I would like to be able to see games, go to basketball games in the summertime when sports is really a little bit down. We don't really have a whole lot going on. Now, I don't know how that's going to affect the WNBA, which it probably would, but I would definitely like to see basketball going a little bit further into the summer just so we can have some more entertainment, man, in terms of sports. Because I think they end somewhere around June, right? In basketball, that's usually when the finals is up. I would like to see it go maybe into the end of July, maybe even the beginning of August, right when football's about to kick off. But who am I? Apparently they already understand what's going to happen. But that's what I would like to see. Yeah, Mossberg is saying he would like to see some time off for that season toll on the body. That's an 82 game season, man. That's a long stretch. It's a really, really long stretch. Remember, if you're out there in the chat, we're doing sports freestyling. Get your chats, your questions in the chat. We're trying to entertain every question that's out there. Parlay poll or post game, y'all got any other question y'all want us to entertain? I think Parlay poll might be froze up. He's driving in his vehicle right now, so maybe he'll kick back in a second. I know I'm really interested in seeing how my Texas Longhorn. Oh, go ahead, Post. You about to say something? Never mind. I'm really interested to see how Texas is going to rebound from their loss last week to Florida. They're playing in the Red River rivalry today. Their biggest, in my opinion, their biggest rivalry game. I think it's bigger than Arkansas, and I think it's bigger than Texas A&M. And I think that Texas really going to have to go out there and play physical because they got out physical last week. They're playing against probably the best defensive line they're going to face all season in that Oklahoma defensive line. I think they're really going to have to work on keeping Arch Manning upright. They got to keep that pocket clean as they can. The offensive line has not been playing well for Texas, but they're going to have a really good game today. They're going to have to be able to run the football as well as they can to keep Oklahoma's defensive line from just pinning their ears back and coming at the Arch Manning. We can't have an average third down and 3rd and 11 like we had last week against Florida. Otherwise, Oklahoma's going to pin their ears back and get all over Arch Manning. So hopefully we can control that. I don't think we're going to give up a whole lot of points to Oklahoma, even if John Mateer plays today. He's their running game. Their running backs don't do well. We're going to have to be able to stop their running game, whether it be John Mateer or their running backs. If they are able to run the football on Texas got some serious issues, which I think we already know that we've already seen that they got some issues offensively on the offensive line. But the way the defense played last week, I think I'm going to have to put that on coaching. They adjusted way too late. You can't come out in a light box against a team that you know is going to want to run the football like crazy on you.
What happened? Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Whenever you're playing the team that you know is going to try to run the football like crazy on you because their quarterback hadn't been playing well. So this week, Texas has got to come out defensively with a better mindset than what they did last week. They can't come out thinking that they're going to play this Oklahoma team with a light box, even though their offensive line isn't that great. They're going to have to come out with the right kind of defensive scheme in order to slow Oklahoma down. I don't think this will be a high-scoring game. And I hope that Texas can take the game out of Arch Manning's hand. We can't force Arch to have to come back and win games for us every week. He had to do that against Ohio State, and we saw what happened with that. He had to do it last week against Florida, and we saw what happened with that. We got to be able to stay ahead of the chains and be able to keep drives alive. It's going to be very difficult today against that Oklahoma defense, but we're going to have to do whatever we got to do, whether it be short game, whether it be some runs, inside zone. Outside zone might not be as effective because how athletic Oklahoma is. We got to try to be able to get the push up middle with some tandem blocking to get some lanes up the middle to try to get as many yards as we can. Because Oklahoma's front seven is really, really good. And I agree with you, Mossberg. It is do or die for Texas. And they have no margin for error at all. They can't afford to lose any more games. They got to win out if they think they're going to make the college football playoffs. And Mateer, he said Mateer will be playing as well. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I know that Mateer has to play because if you look at the remaining schedule for Oklahoma, they don't have any really easy contests, man. They got some really, really tough games on their schedule. In their next 5-6 games, they could definitely lose 3 or 4 games, which will mean that they done started off hot 5-0 right now and can mess around in the next 5 weeks after 10 games, mess around and be 6-4, 7-3. Very, very easily because they got a tough stretch ahead of them. So they gotta make sure they win this game today. And I know they got to play John Mateer because he gives them their best chance. But if I was them, I would be holding him out of this game. I wouldn't want to risk him getting re-injured on that thumb. If it's not healthy now, if it's 100% healthy, going out there, because I heard that it was really only a 10-day injury. They were just putting it out there like it was going to be a 4-week injury.
But yeah, he had surgery though, right?
Yeah, he had surgery, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. What you think is the why you think Texas is starting slow?
Well, the mistake I think, now that we're looking at it, the mistake that Texas made is they didn't go out there and get some veteran offensive linemen who had some serious playing time. These guys haven't been able to gel at all. And even though we got Cole Hudson playing center, who has played a whole season at guard, and has played in spots the 4 years that he's been there. He's got a lot of playing time, but he's not ever played center to the degree that he got to play it this year. He's more of a guard. And the fact that we didn't go get somebody out of the portal, man, we thought that these guys who have been in the system for a long time would be ready to play, and that's just not the case, man. So much so that a true freshman who was in the doghouse, at the beginning of the season that was serving a punishment, sat out the first 3 games, is now going to be our starting left guard. A true freshman, man. Like, come on, man. We cannot have that kind of an issue when we got guys who have been in our system for 3 or 4 years who should be ready to play football right now. And that's been our biggest issue. And the fact that Arch Manning probably got in his head a little bit with all of this hype out there, which is hard for anybody, man. I think anybody in that predicament will probably suffer the same stuff, man. And he just wasn't ready to go. But now that he's playing a little bit better, and Sark didn't do him a whole lot of favors either. So now that he's ready to go, I think Texas, if they can get their offensive line together, they could be better off. And then losing both of your starting running backs hurt as well. Because now you got to play those young guys who can't pass block as well. And you got to see that last week. They were getting killed when it came to pass block, and Florida had a nice scheme defensively for Texas. But hopefully they can get that thing together because they're playing against a really good defense today. They just got to get out of there with a win. I don't care if it's 9-7. Donnell wants to know, will there be any college teams to go undefeated? Do you think any college team is going to go? I'm going to tell you right now, we won't have no undefeated national champion.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, like we said, not an undefeated national champion. You know what I mean? Probably somebody win out their conference, but no, you know what? They ain't even gonna win out their conference. Because if they lose in the playoffs, they out. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think so. I'm gonna say no on that, Donnell. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no as well, Don B. Post game, were you there?
Hey, Donnell, let me tell you something. Michigan was the last undefeated natty. It won't never happen again, bro.
Yeah,
Michigan was the last team to do it.
Yeah, I think that'll be the last team to ever do it, man. It's just too difficult to navigate 16 games in college football and not have a hiccup somewhere. When they was only playing 10, 11, 12 games, you was having hiccups. So to go 16 without a hiccup, that's going to be really, really tough. Now, probably behind that question, he probably really want to know, can Ohio State go back-to-back and be undefeated? It's possible. It's possible. But it's going to be a tough thing to do, man, because we know at some point Ohio State, just like every other team, is going to have a situation where they're going to have a game where they don't play as well. Depending on who it is, they can probably still get the win. But if it's somebody good and they have an off day, then they'll probably take an L there. But they got a good chance of doing it. We just got to let it play out and see. I know you're making that prediction right now. Ohio State's going undefeated and going to be the national champ. They're going to be 16-0 or 15-0. Because I think if they make it, they only got 15-0, 16-0. We'll see. You back post game? All right. Well, whenever he can chime in, he can chime in. Mossberg wants to know, can any 2-loss team win out and make the playoff?
Yeah, I think so. I think a 2-loss team can. I think it's going to be more than one 2-loss team that's going to be in the playoffs this year. You know what I mean? Especially with the with the SEC and the Big Ten, whatever. We already know that it's competitive right there. So they want to see the best teams get in, best team play. That's what I'm saying. They learning. So what happened in the last couple of years when them teams getting blew out, that's not good TV. You know what I mean? So they want to have competitive teams play. Trust me, it's going to be a Big Ten versus the SEC in the first matchup. Trust me. First playoffs is going to be like that this year. Watch. you're gonna see an SEC versus a Big Ten team right off the dribble.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way they should do it anyway. I don't like to see Big Ten against Big Ten and SEC against SEC. I think they should be cross matched anyway. I just think it makes it better for those conferences anyway. Mossberg, if you're talking about like the teams that already got 2 losses now, and can they run the table and win out? I think Notre Dame probably has the best chance of doing that. I think today we'll find out about USC and if they could possibly give Notre Dame some issues. But if they can't stop Michigan's run, which we don't believe they can, we believe they're going to have to put 8 in the box in order to even be able to compete with Michigan's run game. If they can't stop Michigan's run game, they're definitely going to have their hands full against Notre Dame as well, because that's another team that want to run the football just like Michigan does. So I think Notre Dame might have the best chance. Texas has to win today. If Texas can win today, then they get a stretch of 3 games that are really manageable that they can win without having their best day. Because they go to Kentucky, then they go to Mississippi State, and then they get Vanderbilt at home. Even though those games will be some good games to test Texas, I think Texas got enough talent on their team to beat those 3 teams if they can get past Oklahoma. But then, of course, after that, they got to go to Georgia, and then they get Texas A&M at home. So they still going to have 2 more games that are going to be pretty tough after this one. As far as your Florida Seminoles go, of course, they get Florida at the end of the season. That's going to be a rivalry game. So they might be able to run the table until that point. But they got a pretty good game today that they're facing. So hopefully that can happen for them. But outside of those 3, I don't know about any other 2-loss teams out there. Penn State, I don't think they're going to be able to run the table. They got to face an Ohio State team. So I don't think they're going to be able to run the table. Right now, they might be too much into their head because of that loss to UCLA. And we know they were in their head with that loss after Oregon. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yes, they already got invited to the Citrus Bowl, Penn State. What did he say?
He's saying Jet Life is saying, should college football adopt what college basketball does with the ACC and Big Ten, SEC, Big 12 challenge, but reverse and go SEC, Big Ten, and Big 12 ACC?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But the thing is, when would that happen though? Is you going to do it before the season or in the middle of the season? Because you know that them schedules, they can clash together. But what Big Ten and SEC don't want to do, since the SEC is so competitive, they don't want to throw no other hard games in right now. You know what I mean? I don't think they would throw that in right now. You got to play Bama. You play Bama, Texas, LSU, and then you got to go to Michigan. I don't think they'll want that to happen. You know what I mean? Like, so that's a great idea. That's a great idea, but I don't think it would happen. It would never happen.
Yeah, remember many streams ago we were talking about this because this was on the table when those 2 conferences was talking about a 16-team playoff, and they were talking about them being the 2 best conferences and wanting to come together and have a Big Ten SEC challenge like you're talking about. They wanted to do that. But I think it was predicated only on the SEC playing 8 conference games. But now that they have forced the SEC to go to 9 conference games to match up what the Big Ten was doing, the SEC might not want to do that and play a SEC Big Ten challenge because, like Parlay Post said, now you're adding possibly another tough game. I don't think the viewers want to see okay, we're going to have this SEC Big Ten challenge, but we're going to have Texas play Northwestern. Nobody wants to see that. They don't want to see the top of the Big Ten playing the bottom of the SEC, just like they don't want the top of the SEC playing the bottom of the Big Ten, which is probably what those teams are going to want to do because they already got grueling conference schedules, man. I think it's a really good idea for them to do, but I think both conferences or maybe all the conferences should just go to 8 conference games and then do that. But to do that with 9 conference games when you don't know what your schedule is going to be like say, for instance, we already know Michigan, Ohio State going to play every year. But what if those teams get Oregon 2 and Penn State and get USC and then get another team that's really, really good in the Big Ten? They don't want to go through that 5-game gauntlet and then have to play an SEC team. That just doesn't make sense, man, that you get all those. Now, we're going to love it as fans because we're going to get those matchups we want to see. But I don't think that those conferences want to do that. But I like the idea, and we talked about it before. But I think if they're going to do it, they should go across the board. Everybody play 8 conference games, and then they do the challenge game. I think that would be beneficial if they do it that way. Because if you got 9 games, then now you got 3 cupcakes you can put on your schedule. But if you got 10 games, because you play in a 9-game conference schedule, and then you get a Big Ten and you only can get 2 cupcakes, 2 tune-ups. I don't know about that, man. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
My bad, y'all. This Wi-Fi at work sucks.
Okay. Join the club. The Wi-Fi at my job sucks too. Yeah, we agreed, Jet Life, to be the best, you got to beat the best. But the thing is, man, some of those grueling matchups, man, you get so many injuries, man, that maybe you might think you're getting the best competition against the best competition, but these guys over here are banged up. And then you don't get the contest you want to get. But, I mean, that's football, though. So I think if they go to an 8-conference schedule and then play that banger across the conferences, I think that would be a really, really good idea. I do.
Now let me ask you a question right here. Let me jump to the NBA. You know how we grew up. We grew up watching basketball, low post, whatever. What have the 3-pointer did to the game? Is doing to the game?
Man, I hate the way the
It took out.
Go ahead, Post. Go ahead.
The 3-pointer is really exciting, but one thing it did was it took out the post players. But not only the 3-pointer, them favoring the Euro style of basketball. That's why you see so many 7-footers outside shooting threes, and of course the Steph Curry effect. Nobody want to be physical. The NBA doesn't want a physical brand right now, and it's really hurting basketball. So that's what I think. I'm from that era. Chris Webber, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk to an extent, Tim Duncan, Shaq, Ben Wallace, those type of players. You don't see that anymore. So.
Yeah, I think the 3-pointer, man, is just taking the game of basketball out of context for me, man. Back when the 3-point line was originally introduced, you shot that thing situationally. Now it's the game itself. Yeah. It's like, dude, what? And so the big man, you know what I'm saying? You got guys who they're low post players, man, and they really can't eat the way they used to eat back during the Chris Webbers and the Tim Duncan era. Even though those guys was able to step away and knock down a 15-footer, 17-footer, it was nice to see them be able to step away from the basket. But I think the 3-point line, man, it really has messed up the game, in my opinion, the way I like to see basketball played. It's taken away a lot of the fundamentals in the game. And I just don't like a whole lot of jacking the threes. When a team is shooting more than 20, 25 threes a game, and you got teams jacking up 30 and 40 threes, man, when you getting 85 possessions or so, that's half your possessions you jacking up a three. Now, one thing I do like about it is I'm not going to be taking no 22-footer when I can step back another foot and take a three.
Yeah.
But I don't want guys having to step back to do that. Now, if it's within the floor of your game and the floor of your play, and you catch a guy behind the line and he shoot it, that's fine. But just to be jacking or stepping back and all that kind of stuff, I ain't for that. But maybe I'm just old school.
And let me say this too, y'all. Nowadays, with the 3-point line and the critical role it plays, a 30, 40-point lead is not safe. A 30, 40-point lead is like being up 10 now. Because you hit a couple threes in a row, get a couple stops, right back in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they shooting for so deep that sometimes the big man ain't even down there. You know what I mean? Big man ain't down there once they shoot. My Celtics, man, they jacking like 60-something threes a game. And I don't like that. When they got this 6'11" guy that can handle the rock. Go to the hole, man. You know what I mean? Go straight to the hole. And they shooting all these threes. And then they shoot them, see who can shoot the longest. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like this new game. Jet Life said, shout out to my Knicks, Celtic Nation. He said, Donnell said it took the big man out the game. You right about that. Jet Life said the new era Hoopers are too spoiled and entitled. Yes, they are. Totally. Level Up said totally changed it and no lead is safe. You right about that. Like post game just said, you come back from 30, 40 points.
Yeah, I wonder like the big guys who are not necessarily 3-point shooters, have they thought about changing their game to the point where they know that if guys are going to be jacking threes, it's going to be long rebounds to where they don't get so far up under the basket thinking they're going to get the board, but they change their game to maybe moving around the foul line or so, trying to get the long rebounds and then try to get back to the cup and put it in the hole, as opposed to being up under the bucket, waiting for the rebound that way. I know Dennis Rodman was good at positioning himself. Do they make those kind of adjustments, or do they think about making those kind of adjustments when they know guys are going to be jacking up those threes like that?
Yeah.
Well, let me say something about rebounding real quick. In today's era, rebounding stats are inflated and watered down because not only is the lane wide open, but they get so many more possessions in today's play style. So a guy averaging 10 rebounds today will probably be at 6 back when we was coming up.
Yeah. And then I seen a couple years ago, I seen Andre Drummond practicing threes. I'm like, ain't no way, man. I said, ain't no way. You're going to be out the league, man. You know what I mean? Like, and you know he been getting hurt lately, so NBA don't like you just feel like you taking money unless you Udonis Haslem, because they had him for a locker guy. A locker guy, so I don't think that happened. The big man got to come back, man. I like that post game and all that other stuff.
Yeah, me too, man. I hope it can come back. But like post game said, now that they're styling their game more towards that European game, it might be tough for it to come back, man. And it allows those guys to be less physical. Maybe they don't want to be as physical in terms of pounding in the paint. Even though they still give out some hard fouls here and there, I don't think they necessarily want to go pound in that paint. especially not these
Hey,
long,
y'all.
slender dudes.
Yeah.
My bad, Rob. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to add. Think about this, fellas. I think I was a junior in high school. Now I'm in my mom's basement on the couch, falling asleep, and waking up, falling asleep, and a Malice in the Palace happening. And I'm like, is this real? But that
Yeah.
situation probably ruined that type of basketball because after that, the NBA was so conscious on fixing their image, and not only that, not only did it probably destroy the game, it probably destroyed a couple of Kobe Bryant MVPs because of image.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some truth behind that, man. Um, I mean, and it might even have brought out a deeper point, man. Sometimes when you go to some of these arenas, man, and these guys are out there playing, some of the abuse they take, man, it'd be ridiculous, bro. I'm like, man, you can't be talking about people like that, man, and mamas and all that. And I know
Yeah.
it's to get in their head and get them out of their game,
Yeah.
but that's still somebody's mama. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's still somebody's daddy. And you know how we all are. I mean, we take that personal about our parents, bro.
Yeah.
Some stuff got to be off limits, and fans got to know that some stuff is off limits, man. And you can't just say any old thing you want to say or do any old thing you want to do. I mean, fans throw stuff out there on the court, on the field. They do all kinds of stuff, man. And it's just sometimes it can get a little bit too disrespectful, man.
Yeah, they crack down on that a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you seeing players getting fans kicked out. You know what I mean, for being rudely. You know what I mean? Like, especially I seen LeBron do it a couple times. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they don't play about that. Cause they had when they had, like you said, Malice in the Palace, but they got an image where NBA players wouldn't feel like they was being protected. You know what I mean? Like, you up close to the court. You know what I mean? Once you go out to halftime or out of the game, into the game, somebody can touch you for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody can touch you for real. So they wasn't feeling protected. So they was like getting these unruly people out. Like, he got to go, man. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all know LeBron James gonna tell.
Donnell said, do y'all think the 3-point game will lead to longer careers? I mean, it extended Mike Miller's career.
yeah. If you can shoot, you know what I mean? If you can,
Yeah.
some of these dudes, they be shooting like 30%. That's not a good percent with threes. You know what I mean? Like, but if you somebody like Steph and Dame Lillard, you can hit that. So if you go 0 for 5, whatever, you know what I mean? It don't matter because next game you liable to go 10 for 10. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on if you can shoot or not. Some of these dudes can't shoot.
Yeah. For some of them who can't shoot, I mean, I think it extended Ray Allen's career too. You know, he was able to hit the three. So if you can hit the three, it can extend your career. But if you ain't no 3-point shooter, your career is getting shortened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, especially as you get older and your athleticism start to wane. If you can shoot that three, man, you're gonna have a long career in the NBA for sure.
Yeah. Let me ask you all a boxing question, man. Because I think both of you still watch boxing probably a lot more than I did. I used to watch boxing all the time when it came on. Nowadays, I don't watch boxing as much. For a guy who used to watch boxing, who doesn't watch boxing now, why do you think that is? Why do some people not watch boxing as much?
Because I think some of the boxing, it's a hoax. They put who they want to put up there. You know what I mean? That's for once. Like, some of these dudes, the promoters be going head to head, and they want to keep their boxer so he can't fight. He can't fight the good guy he's supposed to be fighting right now. You know what I mean? Back in the day when we was fighting, watching boxing, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hagler. Hearns versus Duran. We've seen all the good fights. They trying to keep their fights tough. And plus, they come on at 2:00 at night sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes the pay-per-views, it be like 1:00. And then you out at somebody else's house. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They gotta speed that up a little bit. But the fight game ain't like it was, man. The fight game is not like it was. They don't fight everybody. They just get the matchups. They get the matchups who they think it is good for their career at that time.
Yeah, I agree. It's the promoters don't want their cash cows to run into any competition, because if they lose, the way boxing is set up nowadays, they're not a cash cow anymore. So they're gonna do whatever they can to protect their fighters. Another thing you got to look at is that back in the day, those fights were on TV, like ABC. Nowadays, you have to order the fight and pay money to watch it. And like Poe said, the main event starts way too late. So if boxing was on like ABC, NBC, something like that, like it used to be back in the days, a lot of more people are tuned in. But it's not. So I think that hurts the game.
Yeah, for me, once it started getting way too late at night, man, I was like, dude. And then you don't know what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? It was different when you knew what you were going to get and you stayed up till 10:30 to watch a fight. Now this thing is coming on at midnight or later. And it's like, I can't hang that long, man, for a match. I don't know what's going to happen. And, Jet Life is saying that they scared to fight other guys. There are a lot of guys out here.
Yeah.
Some of them are dodging. And Donnell was saying they no longer have the top boxing cards. Everyone wants to go undefeated. They don't want to have those matchups like they had back in the days. I guess in our era, man, when guys were fighting, they didn't want another guy's name being mentioned and they not want to fight him. You think us? I want to fight him then. Because I want to prove that I'm better than him.
Yeah.
Nowadays, maybe guys don't want to do that. Maybe you got a few and they jump weight classes to go challenge some guys. But for the most part, maybe some of them don't.
They scared of that hell. They don't want no loss on their record.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe
that's
money up.
And that's kind of the Floyd Mayweather effect. Is ever since he did that, everybody's scared to lose now. And another thing is the belts in boxing is watered down. It's like 20 belts per weight class now.
Yeah.
Mossberg, you tell Sean, man, they deserve a celebration for that 5th grade championship, man, at Windsor. But man, I had to stop doing that stuff, man, because the children started changing, man. They didn't have no kind of sportsmanship whatsoever. They would be ready to fight at every single game, man, and they would be ready to fight me sometimes because they felt like I was showing favoritism and stuff, but I'm like, dude, I'm just refereeing the game sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah,
what happened to our flag football league we used to have? You remember we used to coach the little kids?
Yeah, man. Them kids don't want to play they don't want to play no sports. These dudes want to go sit at home at TV watching playing video games and stuff like that. They're not outside kids no more, man.
Man.
Like, dude.
I told you when I was little, I didn't know what my mom like, go upstairs and take a bath. You smell like outside. I didn't know what that meant until I got grown. And then my daughters was outside, and you smell them when they come in, like they smell like outside. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, listen, some kids come back to school the next day smelling like outside.
Yeah. I tell them, man, your A parent's your child's hygiene is part of your hygiene as a parent, man. You got to tell them get in that shower, man.
Yeah, daily. This
Yeah.
ain't no thing where you can take a break. That's for sure. Well, let's welcome the latecomer, FanDuel Zaya, to the show. How you feeling, FanDuel Zaya?
His mic
Maybe
mute.
he ain't ready to talk yet. Well, your brother
No,
took your spotlight today.
Oh, yeah, he in here.
Yeah.
He took your spotlight.
That's cool. I shine regardless.
Go Blue.
Well, let's ask you a question real quick. What are you looking forward from your Buckeyes today against Illinois, traveling on the road? They play in Champaign, right? Illinois. Yeah. What are you looking forward to out of them today? And do you think that Illinois can get them some kind of game in the first half?
I mean, I hope they can give us a test, man. You don't want to never keep on skating through the weeks. But, man, I want to see the handcuffs stay off a little bit, you know. I want to see Julian keep on progressing and giving him an opportunity to go out there and be explosive. So that's about it, though. We about to smack them.
What you think about Illinois' quarterback?
He's solid. You know, the Big Ten really got some solid quarterbacks. He's solid. Allmeyer straight, bro.
Who ended up winning that game last night between South Florida and North Texas?
South Florida started blowing them out.
Man, South Florida took off on them.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It was 63-36 final score.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I stopped watching at halftime. It was 21-21. I stopped watching.
Yeah, they start blowing them out. They was getting well. They start balling that second half, and I was like, ooh. I was like this. I was like, man, this team is a problem, man. Like, ooh.
Yeah. At this time, FanDuel Zaya, can you plug KT's Good Eats LLC? Their grand opening is today. Can you plug them real quick?
It's on the same spot?
Same spot, yeah.
Man, yeah, they know. Oh, listen, I was gonna tell y'all too. I thought it was about to be a bittersweet Saturday, cause I'm like, dang, it's gonna be the first Saturday I ain't got my KT Good Eats with me. You know what I mean? I thought I was gonna have some. Now I know what time the grand opening.
I want to say it's 1:00 today.
1:00 at 2044 Lockbourne Road. Oh yeah, right after the Ohio State game, I'm gonna have to try to make it. You know what I mean? Because they got the egg rolls, they got the Mac. What's it called? Man, it's a crazy name. It's called like I don't know. It's Cracking Mac or something. I think it's Cracking Mac, something like that. But that mac and cheese is fire. You hear me? Hey, that rice and beans is crazy too. So. For sure, 2044 Lockbourne Road. 1:00. Oh yeah.
1 to 5:30.
Hey man, they got this sauce too for the egg rolls. It's like a teriyaki type joint. That thing go crazy.
That's that bang bang.
Man, that stuff go crazy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm definitely gonna go hit them up today before Texas play, so I can get me some stuff for when Texas play. Yeah.
What time y'all play?
We play at 3:30. We got Oklahoma at 3:30. Now, normally this game is at noontime, man. But since they joined the SEC like, nah, we going to 3:30.
We gonna throw it up.
I got to pace myself. We got the 7:30 game. I got to pace myself.
Yeah.
Sure. Ian was talking about going to Hollywood today. After he go hit Kevin up at 1:00. He said he was probably gonna go to Hollywood today. So I don't know if anybody was thinking about doing that.
Yeah, I think I'm watching my game at Hollywood.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide up there too. Might as well.
All right, cool. Any other questions y'all want to throw out there? Anybody got any questions in the chat that
Yeah,
y'all
I
want
got
to say
some.
before we get out? Okay, go ahead, Post.
Where do y'all rank Asia Wilson as far as all-time women basketball players go? After winning 3 championships in what, a 4-year span?
Yeah. See, it's more women now in the league too. So she's very high on that list, man. And then she's a big girl. You know what I mean? So that make it even better, man. She can score. I'm gonna say for me, she top 5 for me.
Oh, yeah, she top. I say she top 5. I don't think nobody gonna pass Diana though. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Diana was around for she like the LeBron of the WNBA, dog.
Yeah.
It's about time you gave the Ghost some props, bro.
I'm saying she played forever. Like,
Yeah.
hey, she what did she retire last year or was the year before?
I think she can still play, man.
I know she can, bro. She is like, that's crazy. She played a long time, bro. I feel like she played since the WNBA been around. That's how ancient she like played.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little. Go ahead, Rob.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it's a little difficult for me because it's females like Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper. Of course, you got Reggie Miller, Cheryl Miller, and players like that. For where, yeah, I think she's top 5, but man, it's tough when you think about all the all-time great players.
But see, this one you got to compare the eras though. If you're going to bring in the top 5, you got to compare the eras now too. How many you think do you think it was more stars back then or more stars now?
Man, I would say it's better athletes now. But the man, it was some dogs back then, man. But I would say it's more athletes now.
Yeah, you got to think back then, when Cheryl Swoops and them was playing, Cynthia Cooper and on them, they was beating teams by like 50 and 60 points. You know what I mean? They was blowing teams out. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like you said, it's more athletes now. I'm talking about it's like more. I'm gonna say this: it's better role players now than it was back then. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because the stars stood out. Yeah, the stars stood all the way out. But the role players now, they can give you like 15 points. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. They weren't doing that back in the day.
Yep. That's that. There's that 3-point line for you again, folks.
Yep.
I mean, I like Asia Wilson. I like the way she plays. She's real gritty. Top 5, she might be right outside my top 5. I would like to see how she would fare against Lisa Leslie, against what's her name? The one that commentates now, Candace Parker.
Yeah.
I would like to see how she would fare against those young ladies. But Shamika Holdsclaw was always the one I liked the most, man. I really like Shamika Holdsclaw. I thought she would probably be my favorite, even though I wouldn't say she was the best, but she would probably be my favorite. My best would probably have to be Cheryl Swoops or Cynthia Cooper. If only because Cheryl Miller never played in the WNBA. Otherwise, it would probably be Cheryl Miller. But man, to see Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops, man, do what they was doing, man, I'll always watch them. Now game now, I don't watch as much.
Yeah, they had a big 3. That team had a big 3. It was the one talk.
Yeah,
what was her name?
Thompson? Was her name Thompson?
Yeah, I think her name was Thompson. Yeah, they had a big 3.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. All right, Fandu, you got any questions you want to put out there to the group?
Nah, I'm good.
Well, you missed a whole lot of questions today, brother. Where was you at? You had to work?
Nah, I wasn't at work.
Oh, okay.
That cup was working last night.
No, it wasn't. That other stuff. That you know what I mean?
Hey, this is PG.
What?
All right, y'all. Well, hopefully you can enjoy these games today, man. We got a really nice slate from start to finish. Man, I wish I had my TV screen to where I could split this thing. I know I can split it. I just don't know how to split it. So that way I can have more than one game on the screen at a time. If I get a chance to, I might make it to Hollywood. I don't know if I'm going to make it, though. I kind of just want to sit in the house and chill out today. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But y'all have a good rest of y'all's day, man. Thanks for joining. If you got a chance to make it out to KT's Good Eats, make it out there right off of Lockbourne Road across the Hound Dogs Pizza. I think it's Hound Dogs Pizza. Go check them. Doghouse Pizza off of Lockbourne.
You trying to have them go on campus?
Go on campus, right? Yeah. And go check them out and support them, man. KT's Good Eats LLC. They got some really, really banging food. I'm gonna go check them out today. But everybody have a good one, man. And we out.
Peace.
Peace.
There